Hello and welcome back. This is Paragon. Now, before we actually get too into this, I kind of want to warn you guys off. For some strange reason, I have some serious difficulty connecting to this game's European server. Apparently, living in central London means we have crap internet. Screw it. Anyway, on with the actual daily dose of Paragon. This is a MOBA that was brought out by Epic Games. If you don't know who Epic Games are, just think Unreal Tournament. If you don't know what Unreal Tournament is, just think boom, headshot. If you don't know where that comes from or what I'm even on about, you should probably hang up your cape as a gamer straight away. Now, this game actually has some pretty impressive qualities, including flying freaking rhinos. What the hell? Where the fuck did that guy just go? Seriously though, this game is actually pretty good, and one of the key elements I particularly enjoy about it, despite the flying rhino, because that guy used to get in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon a bit more, is the fact that regardless of what character you pick, the customizations available to you are pretty much limitless. And the way this is actually done is by use of they're cards. It's that simple. It's, just cards. Each card will have a certain perk or trait that if you're out in the world, you press B, as I'm about to do, and it teleports you back to your base, and you can equip new cards depending if you've got card capacity. Now, as I was saying, each card has particular traits, whether that be attack speed, lifesteal, armor, health, mana, plethora of things, critical chance, critical damage, critical bonuses. You can basically add on what you want as long as you have the point capacity to do it. So you can take a squishy assassin styled character if you wanted and just whack on a load of health and armor mods and you have a tank. Grab yourself a tank, not an actual metal tank that the army uses, that'd be a bit weird, an actual in-game tank by definition of taking a lot of damage, and whack on a load of attack speed and damage mods, and you basically have yourself an assassin style character. Honestly, the customizations are, I would actually say, near enough endless. Along with the fact that this game, the way they've actually characterized their heroes, characters, whatever you want to call them, is, from what I've seen, and I wouldn't say I've played the most amount of MOBAs going, Dota 2, League of Legends, Heroes of the Storm, etc, etc. Now, with my favourite one particularly is Heroes of the Storm, and they have warriors, which are your tanks, they have your assassins, which are your damage dealers, you've got supports, which are obviously your healers, or buffs, etc, etc, damage mitigators, blah blah blah. You've got specialists, which can be either siege units or maybe extra damage. They're just ones that don't completely fit into one, or maybe could fit into two of those classes. And now you have a multi-class. Damn that variant! But what Paragon has is, I think, near enough about 10 different classes, and each character itself might take up maybe 2, 3 or 4 of those classes. It's quite different from what I'm used to personally, so others might find it comforting, others might find it confusing. I know I was hella confused when I first saw all this and was a little bit perplexed. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And then add in the fact that it's not like an overhead view, it's sort of like a third person view, obviously. And what I actually found is this game is actually pretty darn fun. Graphically, it's actually pretty good, and I haven't got the most amazing graphics card in the world. I've not got the most amazing computer in the world, let alone internet. Darn you, central London and your crappy internet. But honestly, this game actually does play really, really well. Into a little bit more about the actual way the game works itself. Now, when you first enter the game, initially, if you can recall back to when it started, a weird screen came up with like a selection, and it said Grim.exe, which is the character I'm playing, which is basically a robot controlled by a wood fairy. I'm as confused as you are on that one. It's a robot controlled by a wood fairy. Let that sink in for a second. Second's over. Right. That is basically the deck I have built and how I have built my robot controlled by a wood fairy. And the way I have actually done it is attack speed, damage, and critical chance. And to be honest, although it's recommended I put a bit of health on him, I don't really see the point because where I'm ranged, I can generally shoot things from afar and fire big, evil-looking balls and have a shield and other things. And this is just my character. Once you enter the game, you can pick the deck you have built. You can make up several decks for one character if you want. You can make up one deck for that character. I just have one deck for this guy. And from that deck I have select cards, and you start off with 3 capacity points, and you can then put in what cards you want with the specific buff that you have. I normally put in a damage / attack speed one. When you actually enter the game, the actual character select, as it were, is turn-based. So it'll be one person from your team, 2 people from the enemy team, 2 people from your team. As you can see, I was the last to pick. Still got to pick my wood fairy controlling robot. And generally, the way it works out is actually pretty even. This sort of means that no particular team is overpowered. I am playing against an AI. Perhaps one day I will maybe do a video of me playing against other players when I can dig deep and delve into myself and find those pristine, unused testicles that I would declare myself a man with. If you just saw, there was a little pop-up menu that came up on the right-hand side. That is basically your ability screen. Now, when you first start, you can actually pick whatever ability you want. My Q is that big ball you see me using. My E is a toggle ability. It basically turns my shots into slowing shots. I can turn it on or off. My right mouse button is my shield. My left mouse button is my basic attack. I don't get to upgrade or do anything with that. That just sort of buffs as I level up regardless. And my R, the big one in the middle, if you're looking down the bottom right hand side, is my ultimate, which doesn't unlock till level 5. However, the rest of them I can pick and choose as I want, and I can upgrade as I want. I tend to always pick my Q whenever I have the chance, unless it's at level 5, at which point I will tend to pick the ultimate. If I can't pick either my Q or my ultimate, I will tend to go for the right mouse button, and from there, just because I can, I then go for the E. I don't really find it much use early game, it's more of a late game thing, particularly with some of the melee characters, such as that flying rhino we saw earlier, the thing directly in front of me now that I'm laying into. If he gets his hands on me, yeah, I'm a dead wood fairy controlling a robot. So there are pros, there are cons. Now, as with all MOBAs like this, you have to be wary of ranged versus melee. I mean, by the time that flying rhino would have got near me, half his health would have disappeared. Admittedly, one-on-one he probably could take me, but that's why you have minions and your players, except other friendly people, and these towers, which are actually also programmed quite well. They will always attack the first thing that comes into range of them, prioritizing minions over heroes. So if a hero goes in first, it will hit you, and it will continue to hit you even if minions come in after you, because you went in first. However, if a minion goes in first, it will attack the minions. If you then go in after, it will not target you when that first minion dies, as long as there are other minions for it to shoot. However, the moment you attack an enemy hero within range, the first thing that tower does is go, right, fuck nuts, I'm shooting you. So while in range of a tower, it's not always the best idea to actually shoot enemy heroes. The game does also have its own in-game ping system, hopefully to try and help communicate, such as there, need help left lane, I'm on the left lane, that's me asking for help. Mainly because this Faith thing is a CC DPS demon and I frigging hate it. But, you know, it's fairy on fairy, just my fairy's got a robot. I win. because, you know, robot trumps fairy. But the way this game particularly works is the exact same as pretty much any other MOBA. You've got 3 lanes. In the middle of the lanes, you've got what has come to be known as the jungle, what's known as the jungle in this one. And within the jungle, you've got different camps. Those camps can offer buffs, experience, health orbs, mana orbs, attack buffs, and even a shield that goes pop and does quite a bit of damage once it is destroyed. You've also got what's known as Orb Prime, because every character has what's called the base Prime card, which is basically, it will be like a massive increase in health, attack speed, or I've forgotten the other one, to be honest. I think it's just attack damage, it's your power. And once you gain the Orb Prime, if you kill this, all of your Prime base cards will be activated, and yeah, another little perk. So there are some interesting characteristics to this game. However, it is, like I said, pretty much like most other MOBAs. 3 lanes. Your job basically is to push forward on those 3 lanes, killing the enemy as you go. Kill the little minions so that your minions can move forward, because they act as a little barrier between you and other enemies, etc, etc. Also, they grant experience. Along the way, there'll be towers. You destroy the towers, you get to the last line of towers, which on here, if you look at the map on the top right, they're the ones that are encased in the circle. The 3, sort of in like a weird U shape. They're called inhibitors, I'm assuming because they inhibit you. They don't really seem too different to actual towers in any other way. And then you've got the core, or the enemy base, which you then have to kill, or destroy, or blow up, or just throw a spanner at it. So, in general, it really is pretty much the same as other MOBAs. The part of it that I particularly like, as I've already said, is the fact that pretty much every character is near enough customizable to however you want. I mean, I could turn this guy into a complete tank if I wanted. I'd go for more of an attack stance on him because, well, he's got a massive friggin' ray gun looking thing and he's quite funny looking, to be honest. So that's just the way I play. But overall, this game is actually pretty darn good. I will say, try and get used to the melee element of this game, because that is one thing that I really did struggle with. There's a character in this called Severog who I think looks absolutely amazing. He's got this really cool design mechanic. The more things you kill using his Q ability, Siphon, the more health he gets, as well as the fact that more damage he will do using his Q ability. And as he gains these souls, as they're called, because you actually collect their souls, as they stack to certain points, it's like 20 stacks, 50 stacks, 70, and then like 120 or something, it actually physically changes his appearance. I think it's a really cool mechanic and how it works really well. The only problem is, if there was a Severog in front of me now, well, there wouldn't be a Severog in front of me, it would be dead. Purely because I kind of want to say the ranged and the melee balance, it's not balanced at all. It is really unbalanced. And there's another character just called Twin Blast. He wrecks. He does massive damage at a massive fire rate. So honestly, melee isn't that great in this game, and I do think that is something that should be worked on. There are a few other things that really perplex me as well, like you've got ultimate abilities that are map wide, like literally you can get assassinated from across the map just because you walked out of your base. That's Countess that can do that. If you get to her, she literally just jumps on your back and stabs you in the face. You've got another one, Morgesh, I believe she's called. She basically summons a giant bug version of herself to stab you in the face. Murdoch, who fires a massive death laser from across the map. You've got a few other ones, but overall, some of the way in which this game is so-called balanced isn't very balanced at all. But the overall performance of the game and the way it works is really good, and I really do enjoy playing this game, and I'm kind of hoping you're enjoying me showing this. Anyway, this is your home screen. You see those daily quests. They are refreshed every day. This is your overall profile view, and these are the decks as I'm showing. I've got one for Iggy and Scorch, Severog and Grim. This is the card collection I have. Each character is able to take from 2 card families: Order, Intellect, Corruption, Fury, Growth. There's also a Universal which does fit everything. The character I was just playing uses Intellect and Fury, I believe, or is it Corruption? One of the two. Intellect, and it was either Corruption or Fury. And they can only draw from those 2 families plus Universal. There's quite a lot of characters, as you can see. Each character has different stats. Basic attack depends on how much damage and the way in which their basic attack works. Ability power, this is how damaging their abilities are. Some are more crowd control styled, some are more supportive styled. They've got durability and elusiveness, or mobility as it's called. This is Grim.exe. As you can see, this is probably one of the main characters I actually played, and to be honest, I really like him for the fact that he does quite high damage. He's got a few crowd control effects, as it were. You've got Iggy and Scorch. He's more of a siege unit. He's very good at taking out towers and the minions. Not too great one-on-one, or well, even 2-on-1 with a hero. And this is Severog. If you know me, looking at him, you'll know exactly why I friggin' like him. He's meant to be a tank, although he does start off early game very, very weak. Now, each character has a variety of skins. There'll be the base skin, which is for Severog, this is him. You've then got the Challenger skin, which you unlock once you buy the Mastery. And then you have the Master skin, which you need to buy the Mastery and then get that character to level 10. There's a few other skins as well, and the way in which you buy the Mastery is you simply click on the character and buy Mastery. Now, it will either cost 75,000 reputation, which you can get from just completing a game, doesn't really matter what one, or you can buy using Paragon coins. Now, you can get coins from just random rewards and chests, or you can buy them using real life money. This is up to you. I will not tell you to spend money on this game because it's free to play. You can download it right now and not spend a penny. If you are so inclined, you could play as a robotic angel. I just have to show you this because I look at this every day and I get slightly turned on and slightly disgusted. Don't ask. As I was just saying, these are all of the characters you've got ranged, as I'm showing here. So these are all of your ranged units. And you also have melee, and there are a few more melee than there are ranged by 2. Now, as you can see, as I was highlighting over them, they had certain qualities. I'm going over it a little bit too quick, but if you look up the top, just below where it says the ranged and melee, you'll see a few sort of characteristics, as it were: Marauder, Guardian, Wild, Zoner. These are, if you've played heroes, your specialist, support. These are their like characteristics, and you can sort of select how you want to play to sort of, from if you've played MOBAs in the past, you can sort of see, well, I'm pretty good at being a tank or a damage dealer, and from there you can sort of see what one or what characters actually fit into that. I mean, I've just selected 2, and from that I have 4 heroes that I might be interested in. Out of all of those, I would suggest going with Faye, because that fairy bitch is a bitch. You could literally sit there and sort of pick and choose what characters you particularly like. I do recommend Seraph, who was the first one I just highlighted there. She is weird. She's half angel, half demon. She's an angel most of the time, but then she sneezes and becomes a demon. It's weird. Don't ask. But the overall variety and variable possibilities and combinations you have are absolutely amazing. There's also 3 game types. You've got solo versus AI. Don't be too disheartened by solo. You can actually make a party and then try it, but once you hit Paragon level 15 like I am, you no longer get rewards. You can still play it, but you no longer get rewards. You've got co-op versus AI, and then players versus players. Like I said, I might do that at some point, but I haven't got the balls to do it just yet. You have a star chest, which is unlocked every 2 days, and then there's the Mega Vault, which is a weekly reward. You need to play a certain amount of games and complete your daily quests to actually unlock that. There's also a store where you can buy a few things. You've got featured items, crates, though annoyingly you need crates and keys which you get separately to open the bloody thing. You've got your bundles, your mastery, again you can just need to scroll through that list and get whatever one you want. Coins, emotes, XP boosters, cards. This is actually something I will recommend and quickly show. You've got a weekly pack which I haven't bought yet. These will always be the same 3 cards throughout the week. It will change next week, and they are generally pretty darn good cards. They cost 15,000 reputation. That'll take you about 5 games to save up for. You've got a random 5 card pack, 10,000, and then you've got, it'll be 1 card, but it'll be from a selected school. You can get banners if you happen to come across the Harbinger of Ruin and you buy it and you give it to me. I'd absolutely love you. And then of course you've got emotes. Now I'm going to quickly end it here, but first I'm going to show you probably the best thing I've ever seen. Severog, clearly designed on death, and he claps. How disgustingly beautiful is that? Anyway, that's me. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you maybe in PvP. Ta-ra!